What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my review for WWE Clash at the Castle 2024 review. This was a great pay per view. Um, I was 80% correct. If you see my predictions video, you would know that I'm eight. When I say I'm 80%, that means I got two out of the five matches. I got two matches. My prediction, yeah, two of the matches was predicted wrong for me. The people I picked did not win. Uh, and we're about to jump into it. This was a great pay per view, and the crowd was great all the way. So we start off with the match I thought was going to be the main event, and it turns out no, this match was actually the first match to start off the night, which is AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes in an I Quit match with the WWE Championship match, and a WWE Championship. And I like how Michael Cole mentioned that um, the title hasn't changed hands in an I Quit match since John Cena versus Randy Orton, which was a good I Quit match. And the reason why I focus so much on that aspect was because for an I Quit match, my only gripe with this match, and there's only one. There's only one thing I didn't like about this match, um, was that for an I Quit match, it felt kind of short. As in, not saying this match was short, the match was long as hell, but for the fact that it wasn't as good as other I Quit matches, like I would say this match wouldn't even out of all the I Quit matches, like this I Quit match wouldn't even be in the top 10, top 20. It would be top 20, but it wouldn't be top 10 because this was definitely not top 10 worthy of I Quit matches. Um, But it was a good I Quit match nonetheless. Um, both AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes got busted open. They weapons was used, but not to my liking. I would have liked a little bit more. I like that they it was kind of like a thumbtack tease. If you've seen the match, you know what I'm talking about. When it looked like we thought we was going to get thumbtacks, but it really was just handcuffs and chain and handcuffs. I'm just like, man, that would have been great. That would have been a great spot, but we did not get it. So it is what it was. But at the end, Cody Rhodes got handcuffed first. Also, AJ Styles taunted. I mean, Cody Rhodes' mom was there, and she played a factor to it. They taunted. She was getting taunted by AJ Styles throughout the match. Um, I guess that I mentioned this because this played into how the match ended, where even though I don't understand how he knew it happened, because most of the time he was like down and unconscious. Um, but Cody Rhodes basically the ending came where after getting revenge by handcuffing AJ Styles and beating him almost into saying I quit, but he didn't say I quit. He would go out the ring and throw the steel steps into the ring and basically raise it over his head like he was getting ready to bash AJ Styles' head in. That's the final thing that made AJ Styles say I quit. And but instead of dropping the steel steps and celebrating, he he was like basically like, hey, he was like looking at his mom like, hey, did he like and I don't understand how he even had a notion that even happened. But somehow he realized AJ Styles was taunting his mom, and he would hit AJ Styles anyway with the steel steps, um, even after he won. And I like to dispel that Michael Cole said that he believed that's when AJ Styles was busted open. He did say possibly, like so he was 100% sure, but I hate the fact that they even mentioned that that's where AJ Styles was busted open. AJ Styles was busted open like 10 to 15 minutes before that spot even occurred. Um, but AJ, I forgot what Cody Rhodes did. He hit Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. Oh, he hit AJ Styles with the chain and handcuffs, and that's what busted him open. But Dave said it was the steel steps, but it was really when Cody Rhodes hit AJ with the handcuffs and chain. That's what busted AJ Styles open. But yeah, AJ Styles winning. He's still your champion. Um, I also want to mention that there was botches. There was a couple of botches in the Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles matches. AJ Styles match. They when he tried to like choke. When he tried to like wrap the belt around Cody Rhodes' head, but the belt kept slipping because of the blood. There was other stuff that AJ did too. AJ and Cody did that was botched. And the reason why I mention is because the second match, which is the first of two matches that I was wrong about, um, was full of botches. But it was the reason why I mentioned the botch in the Cody Rhodes and the AJ Styles match because um, pretty much from the whole every match had a botch in it. No match. It was not. It was out of all five matches, every single one had a botch. And the reason why I brought that up is because afterwards, because I watched this late, I seen a post on Facebook that said that was talking about how bad Jade Cargill was because she botched some stuff in this match. And yes, that's what this second match is, the triple threat match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, which is Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Shorty Stark, Shayna Blazer, and Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Now, as you see in my prediction video, which is on the Wrestling Pit podcast channel, you'll know who my pick was and why I said I was wrong. Um, but the botching question that started this whole thing on Facebook was because Jay went for a springboard, and she basically now we seen her do the springboard numerous times, and she nailed it. It was just one particular time, like what happens to most wrestlers. She went for it and she kind of slipped. So instead, she slipped and didn't connect, and she fell. She instead of slipping, just like kind of connecting, and like where you could tell like it messed up, but she still connected with it. She just slipped and fell right into the ring. Um, but she recovered real quickly and got back into the action. So she's learning. But the thing is, I'm like, considering what happened with Damian Priest when we get to that match, you'll know. Uh, yeah, she gets a pass because Damian Priest. I will tell you this as a snippet, but basically Damian Priest's botch was similar to Jay Cargill's botch. So you at least you know when we get to that match what type of botch it was. They both was doing something with the ropes, and they both had a similar thing happen. Except Damian Priest was a little bit more uh, worrisome than Jay's was. But no, the match itself was good. Jay Cargill and them, they did that with the Powerhouse Tag Team. I also want to dispel the rumors that Bianca might have been pregnant. She wasn't pregnant. She wasn't pregnant at all. But no, in the end, Jay Cargill and Bianca Belair hit their little tag team finisher on Shayna Blazer. Also, there was I think I forgot to. Before that, there was another botch where Jay tapped out. That was another crucial point that people pointed out. But she wasn't really tapping out. See, what I believe happened was that in the match, she did kind of get some stiff, real. Like when I say stiff, I mean it was basically she really kicked Shayna Blazer, and Shayna Blazer returned the receipt when she put her in the Catafulla clutch, and she basically was for real choking her out as a receipt, return. And she was basically was like going like this to tell Shannon, like, all right, you're really chunking me. I'm sorry, I messed up. She was doing that, and they had to, and you could tell it was a botch because the referee, you clearly hear the referee, the female referee girl, telling Jay to quit tapping. You heard her say quit tapping because you're not. It's not like the camera was at an angle. It's directly on you, and everybody sees it. Like we all saw it that she clearly tapped twice, and they had to tell her to quit doing it. But I think that was just because of the receipt return. But other than that, they eventually went to go hit their finisher on Shayna, and Jay was going to get the pin, but Isla Dawn and Alba Fire would like get involved and she would hit a German on Jay, and then Isla Dawn would get the pin on Shayna, and they are your new women's tag team champions. I'm like, I was wrong. Now I take that. I was 100% wrong. I was, but I did say in my prediction video if they would to take the belts off of Bianca Belair and Shayna Blaze, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, that it would make sense to put it on Issa Dawn and Alba Fire instead of Shayna Blaze and Zoe Stark. So, not saying that that made me a little bit right. I was 100% wrong because I picked Jade and Bianca to win. I'm just saying I was right on who it would be if they would take the belts off of them. We did get to the third match, which is Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable. This was a good one. Um, we did basically get what we thought was going to happen. There was a QR code too. There was a QR code. I can't remember who match it was, but somebody had a QR code. One of these. It was one of these first three matches. Yeah, because the other two matches didn't have the QR code, so it was the one of these first three matches that had it. But Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable was a good one. Um, we like I said, we did get what we kind of wanted, uh, but it was only in the sense of it was like a reverse of what happened to Sammy. Remember when Sami Zayn got thrown into Otis and he hurt Maxine? It was in that vein. That's what made Otis kind of flip on Chad, but we still didn't get him actually punching Chad, and he just basically. But let me say that. So basically, the match was going good. Chad Gable was working on Sammy's leg with the ankle lock, and he even worked over Sammy's arm a couple of times. Uh, there was a couple of times where he wanted them to cheat, and they didn't cheat. Um, but overall, they've had a pretty good, decent one-on-one. But no Cesaro, by the way, and Sammy would and then he would get out of the ring and pick up Sammy's belt, but he would give it to Maxine and basically instructed her that he wanted her to hit Sami Zayn with the belt, and he basically went and put Sammy on the ropes, made the ref to where it did like a move to where the referee had to count like to five, and then he would get off of Sammy and distract the referee while it looked like she was going to do it, but then she stopped herself and basically couldn't do it, and she would get berated by Chad Gable, he got out the ring to berate her and was basically telling her to leave, and that's when Otis had enough and basically got in front of her and stood up to Chad. He looked like he was going to attack Chad, but then Chad would pull Otis when he knows that Sammy was getting ready to do a dive onto him, and he'll pull Otis in the way, and Otis would get hit. And while Otis was down recovering, Chad would take this moment to attack Sammy, and he put the ankle lock on Sammy outside the ring, but Sammy would reverse it by flipping him off of him. But Chad would fly into Maxine into a chop block position and would hurt Maxine's leg. This is where Otis basically was getting ready to attack. He looked like he was going to attack Sammy at first because then Chad was trying to tell him it was Sammy's fault, but he actually went up to Otis and was about to attack Otis. But Otis went up to Chad and was about to attack Chad, but Maxine would get Otis' attention. He would like basically back off and pick up Maxine to take her out. This distraction and agitation to Chad Gable for them walking out would let him get hit by a lunatic kick. And 1, 2, 3, Sami Zayn is still your Intercontinental Champion. Like I said, decent match. Then we get to the fourth match, which is the co-main event, which is Piper Niven versus Bayley. This was a good one. This really was good. The best thing about this match was that it made me truly believe that Piper Niven was and will be a star and is a star, I should say. Not was, is. Because for the beginning of this match, I picked Bayley. In my prediction, I picked Bayley, said she was going to win. But I said she was going to have a banger with Piper, and she did. But the thing is, they worked and put over Piper so well that the crowd shifted for chatting for Bayley to chatting for Piper. And at that moment, I didn't realize until I looked back and thought about it. I shifted that time too. I went from chatting for Bayley to chatting for Piper, and I wanted Piper to win so badly. Even though I chose Bailey, I wanted Piper to become WWE Women's Champion. It wouldn't happen, but I did like notice that. I'm like, that's good wrestling and in-ring wrestling storytelling when you could make me choose somebody I didn't want because it was that damn good. And it was that damn good. Bailey would get she would get a crucifix roll up pin on Piper, but she left the ring with Piper standing in the ring, giving Piper the ring as a show of respect in her homeland. That Piper brought the fight to her, and she left the ring with Piper in it to let the crowd serenade and cheer for Piper as she performed very well. Then we get to the main event. And it was botches in that match too. It was botches, like I said, botches in every match. Uh, but I think the significant botch here was that when they did a suplex instead of landing on her back, Bailey kind of landed on her tailbone. There was some other like small stuff, but that was like the big one I know. Even though it could have been the plan, I don't know. But it looked like it was a botch to me. But the main event saw Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest, and this was a good one. This was great, actually. This was a great match, except for the ending. But this was a great match. Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre went at it. The botch in question when it came to Damian Priest was that he did a top rope thing, just like he was going to do a top rope thing, like not exactly how Jay Cargill. He wasn't about to do a springboard, but he was about to use the top rope to like launch himself onto Drew. But when he went for it, it looked like his foot got caught like it's when he went to go launch, he was so because he's so long. It like even when he launched, his foot directly got caught, and he went and got caught into the ropes, and that nasty spill because the way how he turned because he was basically in there in motion. So when he got caught, he kind of like did like that, but it was at an awkward. It looked at awkward, like you could clearly tell he twisted his ankle, and he damn near almost broke it, almost fell on top of his neck if the rope would have given away. And Drew tried to catch him and make sure he was okay, and then he got back to work beating on him, and he kept saying, "I can't win the championship like that." So he ended up helping Drew get out of it, and they went on to continue to have this banger of a match. Um, the finish came when, so of course, the referee got knocked down. Drew McIntyre hit a Claymore, would have won the match, but here comes CM Punk. And I said this too. I said, this is the other match I got wrong. I said this match was going to be Drew McIntyre. CM Punk got involved. He came down as a referee. He counted two, but he didn't count the three because he wanted to screw with Drew McIntyre. And the crowd went crazy, by the way, for Drew. They was elated for Drew. Um, but yeah, he screwed that. They ended up getting to like a tussling match with each other. Like he was Drew was trying to choke CM Punk, but CM Punk would low blow him and like leave him there to get another choke slam or a South of Heaven choke slam. And original referee got back up and called the 1, 2, 3, Damien Priest, and still your World Heavyweight Champion. He clearly didn't see what CM Punk did, but I'm just like, I said it. It was just like the the Bianca Jay match. I said the only way I see the Drew McIntyre losing is CM Punk actually screws Drew McIntyre over, and he did, and that's how we got this. This was a good pay per view. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Big ups. Yeah, yeah, 8 out of 10. It was good. I enjoyed it. But you let me know in the comments down below what you thought, and if you enjoyed my review, you know what to do. You hit this button right here for all of my WWE reviews, and you enjoy the review video so much. You want to support the channel? All you gotta do is hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, because we're trying to reach the 10,000 subscribers. And as always, if you want these videos, more of my amazing content, don't go anywhere, because I got more. Peace.